नमस्कार, वेलकम टू आवर चैनल। कैसे हैं आप लोग? उम्मीद करती हूँ कि देश के इस टफ सिचुएशन में आप लोग घर पर ही सेफ है और नेट के लिए प्रिपेयर्ड हो रहे हैं। Today I came with again the regional development part. I have already started it in our previous video जहाँ पे मैंने region का concept, classification, formal functional region, delineation techniques, डिफरेंट फंक्शनल मॉडल ये सब कुछ डिटेल्स पे डिस्कस की थी। टुडे आई विल कंप्लीट द रिमेनिंग पोर्शन ऑफ दिस पार्ट और साथ ही साथ मैं ये भी बता दूंगी कि इस पूरी पार्ट पे हमें किस किस चीज को ध्यान से पढ़ना है फॉर नेट एग्जाम। सो जिन्होंने अभी तक मेरी प्रीवियस वीडियो को नहीं देखा है, प्लीज इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके प्रीवियस वीडियो को देख लीजिए और कमेंट करके हमें बताइए। I hope it would be beneficial for you. Stay connected with our channel and let's start. So I hope we have no doubt for the concept of formal region. Now we have to read some regional classification that was made for India. India has been divided into different formal regions on the basis of physiography. And the first regional classification that was done by L.D. Stamp on the basis of physiography, climate and structure. He divided India into 3 major regions and 22 sub-regions. This was the first attempt of regional classification on India. And next is O.H.K. Speight on 1954. He also divided 3 macro regions, but here is to some difference. 34 first order, 74 second order and 225 third order region that has been classified by Speight. And next and most important classification that was done by S.P. Chatterjee. According to his classification, India has been divided into 7 major physiographic divisions. तो एसपी चैटर्जी का जो क्लासिफिकेशन है 7 रीजन का, वो भी कुछ सब रीजन में क्लासिफाई है। तो मैंने यहाँ पे वो क्लासिफिकेशन नहीं दिखाया है क्योंकि आप लोग किसी भी बुक और किसी भी इंटरनेट सोर्स पर जाकर ये टोटल क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ सकते हैं एंड दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर नेट एग्जाम। तो आपको एसपी चैटर्जी का रीजनल डिवीजन पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा। तो ये जो नंबर ऑफ रीजन इन लोगों ने डिवाइड किया है ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा फॉर नेट एग्जाम। अक्सर ही ऐसे क्वेश्चन आते हैं कि स्पेट ने कितनी नंबर ऑफ रीजन में इंडिया को डिवाइडेड किया है और स्टैम्प ने कितनी नंबर ऑफ रीजन में इंडिया को डिवाइडेड किया है। तो ये नंबर ऑफ डिविजन आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा। So next we need to know different planning regionalization scheme that were prepared for India. Before this we have to clear the concept of planning region. What is planning region? Planning region का कोई type नहीं है। Region only have 2 type, that is formal and functional. Planning region is actually delineated for implementing decision over an area that is taken by a plan. So, one planning region may be associated with different homogeneous factors. V. Nath, Vatan Rao, P. Sengupta, C. S. Chandrasekhara are those persons who prepared different regionalization schemes for India. They divided India into some macro regions. At first divided into macro region and then the macro regions are also subdivided into meso and micro region. नेट एग्जाम के लिए हमें ये नंबर ऑफ माइक्रो और मेसो रीजन याद रखना पड़ेगा। One more thing, the Town and Country Planning Organization of India delineated 13 macro region and 35 meso region. One more thing that we should ready, that is planning in India overview. Planning process in India was initiated on 1951 with the launching of first 5-year plan. So from first 5-year plan to 12th 5-year plan, different initiatives were taken, different programs, different policies, different regional development strategies has been launched. So we need to know the overview of plan taken in different planning periods. These are some of example क्योंकि प्रीवियस ईयर में ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. Suppose master plan of city is taken in which plan? Or for an example, integrated rural development program was launched in which plan? So इसके लिए मैं बोलूंगी कि किसी भी इंडियन रिलेटेड बुक्स और नेट के माध्यम से आप लोग इंडिया का प्लान हिस्ट्री अगर आप लोग देखकर जाए तो आई थिंक यू शुड नॉट फेस प्रॉब्लम टू आंसर दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन. So according to our new syllabus, we have to ready some theory of development that has been added in our syllabus, and all this theory are related with growth and development of a region. So we have to know the proponent of those theories and also the underlying concepts of those theories. The first one is cumulative causation theory by Gunnar Myrdal. This is very common theory for all of us and we are familiar with this theory from our undergraduate level. I would like to some brief discuss about this theory. Myrdal here explained the causes of underdevelopment of all poor countries. Here he stated about two regions. One is core and another is peripheral region. Core region is always rich in better facilities and opportunities such as health, education, infrastructure, entertainment. All of these are present in core area. And peripheral region, that is countryside region, that is rich in raw material and it is a reliable source of labor. So the movement of wealth, here wealth means raw material and labor. Movement of wealth always occurred from peripheral region to core region. This process is nearly continuous over the world and it is the main causes for underdevelopment of the poor nations. Myrdal states this economic situation as spread effect and backwash effect as compared to the swash and backwash waves of sea. Economic growth has two effects. One is positive, another is negative. When an area is reached with people and employment and wealth spill over into communities, this is called the spread effect. Alternatively, it has adverse effect when the growth of core region attracts people and activity from peripheral area due to its best facilities and opportunities. It is called backwash effect. Here he explained two stages. In first stage, the rate of development in underdeveloped nation is very high because of production. But as time grows, the labor started to be migrate due to the better facilities and opportunities that are found in core area. So the peripheral region became a brain drain area. So this is the all for cumulative causation theory. Another important theory of development is dependency theory. It is also near about concept. Here it is stated that poor nation always provide labor and resources to wealthy nations and actively keep going a state of dependency. According to dependency theory, underdevelopment of poor nation is mainly caused by peripheral position of affected countries in our world economy. डिपेंडेंसी एक ऐसी सिचुएशन है which create a structure such that it favors some countries to dominate over others, and it also limits the development possibilities, all the development possibilities of subordinate economies. So the next important model is core periphery model that was stated by John Friedman. In his model, he explained some zone. In its model, we can see some zone. We have an idea about core and peripheral region. Now, here some zones we can see. The first zone is A region. A region is growth core region where all attractive facilities and opportunities are present. Next is zone B. B zone is upward transitional region. It may be called as semi-peripheral region. It means it is neither periphery nor the core, but it is heavily influenced by core and always transitional, because the nature of core region is always to expand outside. So the semi-periphery region always trying to be included with core due to its attractive forces. Next is zone C. It is called resource frontier zone. It is peripheral but always endowed with resources. The last zone, that is D. It is totally peripheral region. Raw material and labors are continuously flowing from this region, and it is always suffering from backwash effect of development in the core. Friedman also shows some stages of growth. Here are 4 stages of growth. In first stages, we can see that all urban centers are equal size. So no urban hierarchy are present in first stage. In second stage, we can see a primate city began to develop, where all the facilities and opportunities begin to be present. Now, the surrounding remaining center become to be a peripheral region. In third stage, we can see that some regional subcenter begin to be developed. So here one core and some regional subcenter are present, and remaining peripheral region is in same condition as previous. And last stage we can see region inequality are reduced in a fully integrated urban system. Here no periphery we cannot found. So region inequality totally reduced and it become a fully urban system. The last important theory is theory of imbalanced growth that was postulated by Hirschman. It is totally unique theory from others because here Hirschman suggested a different path of development, that is unbalanced path. He don't go through the balanced growth path. According to him, investment should be made in selected sectors rather than simultaneously in all sectors of economy, because वर्ल्ड पे ऐसी कोई अंडर डेवलप्ड नेशन नहीं है जिसके पास ऑल सेक्टर्स पे इन्वेस्टमेंट करने के लिए इनफ मनी हो. So investment always should be made in a few selected sectors. Then उसमें से जो outcome आएगी, it can be utilized for the development of other sectors. The other remaining sector would automatically develop from this outcome. This is called linkage effect. Thus, the economy gradually moves from the path of unbalanced growth to balanced growth. This is the main concept of imbalanced growth. And Hirschman regarded this development as a chain of disequilibria. So we have reached our last topic, that is newly included in regional geography part, that is global economic blocks. So firstly, we have to clear the confusion that what are the global economic blocks. Global economic bloc means such organization or association that is connected with our world economy. These are some famous organization that we have to read, that is ASEAN, EU, NAFTA, OPEC, SAARC. So among them, we have to read first, that is full name of this association. Okay. Second, members. What are the member countries of those associations? So members are very important. Third, we have to read, that is motto. Motto or aim. Motto or aim of these blocks. Okay. So I have completed the whole topic. Now, if you have any problem throughout this topic, please comment us, subscribe and share it with your friends. Stay safe and thank you.